The Southwind Coach Conversation brought to you by Dave's Collision Shop and Becker Hardware. Southwind co-head coach Carter Wenthold joining us for the first interview of his coaching career as the Warriors get set to take on Sumner Fredericksburg this week. And Coach, talk about preseason camp to this point. What's pleased you the most about the guys?
Just our attention to detail and our willingness to get better on a daily basis. We have 42 guys out for football, Darren, and that's a quite large number than what we've had in the past. We've been floating around those high 20s, low 30s the last couple of seasons, and having 42 guys on a roster really builds up depth and really builds up our team chemistry and our team, our attitude. Just our willingness to get better is what I really like to see out of our guys, and they've been doing that. Our older guys have been coaching up our younger guys. Obviously, our seniors have been doing a good job, and our juniors too. I've been really happy with those guys and teaching the young guys just how Warrior football is and how we expect things to get done. And overall, I'm pretty pleased with that. And just our guys' willingness to learn new positions. We got some guys that are playing some new positions and learning, and they're learning pretty well. And sometimes there's that on the job training that they have to do. And our guys have had good attitudes, and that's been really good to see so far this preseason.
And you mentioned the 42 guys out for football. From the outside looking in, to me, that would probably guarantee you a little bit more of a full JV schedule as compared to being in the 20s. Really doesn't do that. Would that be fair to say?
Yeah, so in the last couple of seasons, we've had to do 8-man JV just with our lower numbers. So this year, we've been able to avoid that. So we're going to be able to play 11-man JV at the lower levels. So not having to condense our playbook or anything like that. So that's always it's always a positive. And we're excited to get those JV guys a lot of reps and a lot of games, and excited to see those guys grow as the season goes along.
Got to hit somebody besides yourselves last Friday night as you traveled over to MFL Marmac for a scrimmage. What were the takeaways from that scrimmage?
Defensively, we were really pleased. Our guys came to hit. MFL Marmac is a wing T running attack, and they want to run the ball 85, 90% of the time, and our guys went toe-to-toe with them. It was very physical, like I said, and our guys were locked in on their assignments. We did have a couple breakdowns here and there, but that's all fixable. That's all coachable. And so I was really pleased with our defense. I thought we tackled really well as well. Our guys were pointing things out, really assignment-based. I was really happy to see that. Offensively, offense line, we need to play with better pad level. I thought we did not run our feet very well, and I thought we just did not have the pad level necessary to win up front. We were able to move the ball through the air. We ripped off a couple of good runs. Our quarterback ultimately did throw 2 interceptions. One he threw back over the middle, which he was pretty disappointed in himself about. He was pretty down on himself, but obviously we get back up and we go next play. Hey, game's not over. Obviously, it was only a scrimmage, but we keep playing, right? Later in the game, rolling out to his right, just underthrew our receiver, running to the corner. Obviously, another fixable play there. We talk about if you're going to miss a receiver to the outside, it's either missed outside out of bounds or our guy gets it. So definitely 2 things there to work on, and we've been working on that at practice. So.
And when you talk about the pad level of your team, is that tough to do until you face somebody who doesn't know what play is coming at them?
It is. Ultimately, it's obviously different than playing against the same scout guys in practice. So I think getting that scrimmage in week 0 is really going to benefit us going into this week against Sumner Fredericksburg here in week 1. I'm a big believer of getting in a week 0 scrimmage. I like to play somebody else. It's obviously a lot different than playing against your scout team. Different guys, different players, different levels to get to. So overall, seeing that in live action in a game is really going to be helping us for this week 1 game and so on.
In looking at your roster, you return quite a bit of varsity snaps from last year. Does that kind of naturally allow you to be a little bit more ahead in preseason camp this year than you're teaching varsity football to maybe a less experienced group?
It definitely allows us to be more ahead of schedule. With having a a couple of our guys who are actually going to be 4-year starters in the program. And you got a couple of guys who are 3-year starters. And we got some guys that are 2-year starters. It allows us to get ahead and put in more of our offense, be more fluent in our passing game. We're opening up our passing game a little bit this year. We are learning a new offense than we have in the past. So the kids have been really good with it. Our older guys, like I mentioned earlier, have been teaching up the younger guys, helping them along. Our assistant coaches have been doing a great job helping make our guys successful and putting them in positions to be successful. And ultimately, it's been leading to some really good things that we're seeing in practice. And we saw some really good things, too, in the scrimmage as well on offense, too. But ultimately, we want to shine. We want to make those things better as we get into the season here.
What are you expecting out of Sumner Fred Friday night?
Well, Darren, this is a very, very unique team. They graduated 17 seniors off their roster last year. They're very senior heavy. They did have a couple juniors and some softs playing, but ultimately this is a big roster overhaul for them. They're going to be playing a lot of sophomores and a mix of some juniors and seniors. A very young team. We expect them to try to come out and establish the running game. We expect them to run some option as well. So we're working on that in practice, how we're going to defend it, how we're going to attack it. Defensively, they run a 4-4 defense. They will run a 5 front as well. So just understanding what front they're in and identifying their top players on defense is going to be critical for us. They do like to play a lot of man coverage back there. They will mix in some zone as well. They will send some pressure. So all in all, defensively, they're going to do a lot of different things. So we got to be prepared for what we see there. And then on offense, just obviously hone in on your assignment, right? When you're defending the option, it's assignment football. They will go to the air, and we got some tricks up our sleeves too to slow them down there too. So I expect to see a hard physical game with Sumner Fredericksburg. Haven't played them since 2019. That was actually my senior year. It was last year we played them, Darren. So been 6 years, but we're excited to get this series renewed. And I think it's going to be a hard-hitting game, very physical game down at Sumner Fredericksburg, and we're going to go down there and give it our all.
And obviously, you're taking the field to win like you always do on Friday night, but in the bigger picture of the process and the development of the season, what do you want to see other than the success, hopefully, on Friday night out of your guys?
I want to see a lot of good energy from our guys. I felt like in the scrimmage we brought really good energy. I want to see that even be risen to another level, right? Hey, it's week 1, it's season opener. We're on the road warriors, right? We want to see our guys just rise to that next level. I want to see our guys hustling to the ball, getting as many hats to the ball on defense, offensively honing in on our assignment, just understanding what we need to get done and how to do it. Our adversity is going to strike in a way, and we just got to be able to bounce back, right? We're not going to catch every ball. We're not going to get every positive run. There's going to be times where adversity strikes, and I'm excited to see and eager to see how we're going to bounce back. Right? I feel like we have good team leaders on this team, and I feel like they are going to help us rise and overcome adverse situations. And I'm excited to see what we can do on Friday night.
All right, Carter. Hopefully you can have some success come Friday night. Keep your guys healthy. We wish you best of luck.
All right. Thanks, Darren. Appreciate the coverage.
Southwind co-head coach Carter Wenthold. This conversation brought to you by Dave's Collision Shop and Becker Hardware.